Record progress.
It's Wednesday. Welcome to the SOS Small Business Success Podcast. Happy to be here. Whoo! Summer is alive and kicking. And I don't know where you are, but it is humid here in the South. Now, I'm originally from Phoenix, Arizona, so hot is never an issue for me. Humid has been an interesting dynamic this year. I don't ever remember it being this humid in Atlanta since I moved here 6, 7 years ago. It's humid. We are getting a lot of rain. I think this La Nina thing is kicking into high gear today. Okay, welcome everybody. I'm your host, Bonnie Bonadeo. Today, our topic is called Red Herring. I know you've heard this expression. You're going to hear it a lot, I think, with what's going on in the political landscape. But I didn't really understand it in its entirety. So I did my own research on it to be able to figure out what that meant. And, my goal, of course, in all of these podcasts and any of my coaching and training programs that I do is to be able to help you understand things from a different perspective, look at it from one way, apply it another way in leadership, communication, speaking, and branding. I do that through coaching. I do that through speaking. I do that through training. Definitely, now that I've launched the SOS Leadership Academy, which I'm very excited about. So that's a big 2025 push, although I have soft launched it as of next month. So I'm excited to kind of dabble in it a little bit. Can't wait to give you guys the results. I know they're going to be fantastic. Because I didn't create this program from scratch. I have white labeled an already successful program and customized it for our industry, and it's called the Ultimate Leaders Course. So you'll hear about it, you'll keep hearing about it, and if you're a leader and a salon owner, or you're leading a group of people, you're leading an organization, and in any capacity in the beauty industry, it doesn't have to be a salon. I want you to really look at this program as an opportunity to be able to get certified as an emotionally intelligent leader and gain the confidence that you need to be able to take your business to the next level. But our topic today, being red herring, is kind of to be able to keep us focused, keep us very, very focused at this point. So, the framework that I work within is always the 5 anchors for success: sales, operations, mindset, marketing, education. I've spent a lot of time in the operations category and leadership and communications because I do believe it's the foundation for your success. And right now, what we need are leaders, okay? There's a lot going on in the world, and we're getting distracted, and that's kind of where the red herring is coming in. But I'm a firm believer that if you are a good leader, then you'll understand the importance of sales. You understand the importance of hiring, recruiting, onboarding people. You'll understand even firing people if need be. You'll understand, all the elements of automation and those operational policies and procedures that you have on the back end that are helping to be able to stabilize your company. Of course, mindset is a big part of it. Marketing is an endless conversation. I'm going to focus a little bit more on that going into this next month of how to be able to see your leadership style in marketing, and then of course education, because it's the foundation for all of us here. So let's talk a little bit about what this whole red herring concept is. The truth is it's just a process, okay? There isn't actually a fish out there called red herring. In real life, a herring fish is brined and smoked, and it kind of gives this pungent smell, and it has a tendency to look red. So that was where this red herring came in. And of course, in real life, the red herring was used to create a distraction to hounds to lose their scent while they were hunting. So, all the way back into the 17th century, they would drag this red herring, this brined, stinky fish, to be able to distract the hounds and have them lose their scent. I don't know if it was like based on competition, based on kind of like, looking at it from a fresh scent, like when we are smelling perfumes, and then you always kind of like, you smell the coffee, You set the coffee down, you smell a different perfume. It's like a distraction from having it not be recognized as the same. For whatever reason they're doing that. This whole red herring process is a metaphor, and it's designed to be able to deceive, distract, divert, and deliberately mislead you. That's kind of the concept of red herring. You might have been hearing it a little bit in what's going on in the political landscape, but I look at it from this point of view. So I want you to look at red herring as this point of view. I want you to look at head up, head down leadership. Now, last week I talked about push-pull leadership, and I kind of used the reference of sailing and flying, that, there's this, sometimes we have to push people, like give them a little bit of a nudge to move forward. Sometimes we have to pull people up, okay? And depending on, where that employee is at, because, we all go through different stages in our life, there might be that push-pull effect to leadership. Well, today we're going to talk about head up and head down leadership. And I've always kind of said something, it's like, sometimes as a leader, if our head is down too much, it means that we're too much in the weeds. We're not looking at the bigger picture of things. We're focused too much on one or two things or a certain genre of things, and maybe not have our head up to be able to kind of look around and really see what's happening within the culture, the day-to-day environment, within the community of where your salon is located. And that's all fine. Heads Up is designed to be able to help us keep focused within our four walls, and not necessarily. I know that leaders are supposed to be visionary and we're supposed to have this 40,000 foot view, but sometimes what we need is to be able to just look within the view of our four walls. Okay? Not get overly distracted by things that are out of our control. Have the awareness of what is working and not working within our business. This is a perfect time for us to all do a SWOT analysis on our business, to look at our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And by the way, at the end of this, I'm going to have an opportunity for you to set up a complimentary session with me, get your strategy plan for only $7, and we'll do a SWOT analysis on your business and see where those areas of opportunities are around. It's good to look around and be observant, but I want you to look around, be observant really close to home, because there's a lot of distractions happening for us right now. Now, a head down leadership style would be, again, focusing within your four walls. Don't get distracted by things that are out of your control, but to be able to kind of have your head down so that you can analyze numbers, look for patterns, check in on the culture around you, converse with clients, ask staff what the topics of conversations that are happening, okay? And then there's the part where it's like, there could be that you as a leader are creating a red herring effect. In other words, if all the topics right now are kind of economy, inflation, political landscapes, then maybe as a leader you create a red herring conversation for them to get off those topics and maybe get more focused into something that's going to nurture and grow them, your team, and your business, okay? Or it could be that you are avoiding, as a leader, looking at all that's going on out there and saying, okay, it has an impact, yes, but if I stay focused on what I need to be doing, analyzing my numbers, looking for patterns, looking for weaknesses and opportunities and threats, then I have the ability to still grow my business no matter what is going on in the world. Being able to kind of keep your focus, the ability to lead, manage, grow your people, and grow your business. Like there's two sides to all of this. I'm not saying a red herring is bad. I'm not saying it's good. There might be an opportunity as a leader when you need to use it. There might be an opportunity for when you want to kind of like not have the red herring be a focal point for you. So let's look at some of these distractions. Again, I want to be clear. Red herring is designed to deceive, distract, divert, and deliberately mislead. So in that sense, it doesn't sound very good. But if all your conversations in your salon are kind of politically based and that's not what you want your culture or your environment to be, you might need to create a red herring to be able to distract people away from those conversations. Discourage your team from engaging in them. design something. In other words, you need something else to be able for them to talk about. So figure out what's another conversation that we can all talk about. So what are some of these distractions that we're up against right now? Well, the outside world in general, it's pretty much a dumpster fire going on out there, it feels like. Politics and big conversations right now, lots of things happening, and not a healthy conversation to be able to have in a lot of our businesses. The economy has been a conversation for many years. Election year, of course, there's going to be all of that kind of conversation going on. Recession, inflation, cost of goods, client demand, suites, qualified people, retail's down, pricing, cash flow, and profits. Okay, so let's just take a couple examples of some of these here. So inflation has been a big part of it. And we could use the excuse that inflation has been the reason why we haven't been as profitable, because the cost of goods has gone up. So then if you kind of like tap back into pricing, you could look at, I'm afraid to raise my prices because I don't want to lose any clients. And so what you're putting yourself in is this situation is that you understand what could be a solution. You're just not willing to go there because you're not comfortable with it. Okay. And so you got to figure out what's it going to take to be comfortable with it. If you're not profitable, inflation and cost of goods has made an impact in your business, then maybe your pricing does need to go up. And you can look at that in multiple ways. Don't listen to the garbage statement that's like, charge your worth. Okay. I don't know what that means. Because, you may be in a position where it's not about worth, it's about really being able to stay in business. And that is a back end of doing some analysis on where you're at and why it would be important for you to raise your prices. Now, I know a lot of people have different compensation structures set up. So it could be like a scale. If you make a certain amount, you make this percentage of commission, but if you make this amount, you get a little bit of a higher commission. It's a very popular model out there, but I'm going to ask you this question. When's the last time you actually raised that commissionable number? Okay, not what they make, but the scale number. That's what I meant to say. When's the last time you raised the scale? Because if you haven't raised the scale in a while and your prices have gone up, and people are charging more for your team's charging more for services, you have to raise the scale, because again, giving them more commission may not be what is keeping your doors open. It might be actually preventing you from having the profit that you need, especially with the cost of goods going up. So when you raise your prices, if you have that type of a scale compensation plan, everything needs to go up. All of it needs to go up at once in order to kind of justify that. Okay, you might be making excuses that clients are canceling or clients are no-showing type thing. Well, you have the solution for that. You can put a policy together that kind of provides more structure around that so that doesn't happen and you don't have holes in your books. You could say that suites are preventing you from being able to be successful. Again, that's all of these reasons why you're looking out, and I want you to look in. I want you to look in your business, because sometimes the most obvious things are right there for you to be able to change. There could be a fear of leading, fear of communicating with your team when you're making these changes. These are all things that I can help you with from a communication standpoint, being, a really powerful, emotionally intelligent leader. In these conversations, you could feel very disconnected from what you need to do because of this fear. You may not be investing in your business, and there's so many opportunities, you guys, to be investing in the right tools for your business. Automation, updated software, chatbot type of opportunities, AI opportunities that are being able to help find those holes and then send out messages automatically to your clients, having texting options available to you, apps. We just launched, our client app this week, which will make it so much easier for clients to want to be able to book appointments and be able to see their history on their app. Hey, we're doing it. I do it for my Pilates classes, my yoga classes. Like, I have an app. I have an app that I go on, I book my classes. If I need to cancel classes, I go on the app, I reschedule my classes, I can see how many classes I have, I can see my invoices of what I've been charged for, all those things. We now have this through Mevo, thank you Mevo, called Migo, an app to make things easier. So there are plenty of tools and resources out there for you to be able to implement. You just have to trust that these are the right things to do for your business. Not growing your people. Okay, when's the last time that you had an in-salon education? When's the last time that you provided some type of education? With all of my accounts that I coach, and even if you're not one of my coaching clients, you need to know I provide training. It can be virtual or in real life, in person, training on leadership, on retail, on booking opportunities, on rebook, all of those things. So a lot around leadership, a lot around client communications, for leaders, leadership communication. These are things that are available to you. You just have to go to my website, sossaloncoaching.com, and you'll be able to see areas of opportunities to be able to send me a message or book a time with me to talk about it. But ultimately, what you're not doing is probably growing yourself. So if you have your head up and you're being completely distracted, red herring, by what's going on out in the world, and you're not focusing in on your business, then you're losing those opportunities, because the truth is our businesses can still grow no matter what's going on out there. Okay. The other part is if you're not growing yourself, and maybe you're not putting enough attention on the head down leadership. Okay. And really looking at your numbers and really seeing what you need to be doing and what changes you might need to be making in order to be able to grow your business. Because listen, all these distractions are going to prevent you from seeing the truth as to why your business is not growing. And you may just be in a little bit of denial here of wanting to blame everything that's going on around the outside. But I got to tell you guys, things might be more expensive and inflation might be an issue, and maybe recession has kind of come in and out, but it's never been formally stated that we're in a recession. But people are out there spending money. Okay, we wouldn't have what we had at the Atlanta airport with people being stranded there for hundreds of thousands of people didn't have flights over this IT issue that happened, this CrowdStrike IT issue that happened. There's still hundreds of people that are stranded at the airport. This is 5-6 days later. I do not know why this is happening, but what it's telling me is that people are out there spending money on travel. They're going places. They're doing things. Okay? Don't be deceived or distracted by what you think people have in their pockets. Okay? It's still your job to be able to provide the services and the opportunities at a fair price with anybody that's walking in your door, and to be able to promote that with anybody that has the potential to walk in your door. So really know what the truths are here. Make sure that you're looking up and out enough to be able to say, I'm getting distracted from what's really happening here. I need to find the truth. The truth is people are spending money and they should be spending it with you. So if you don't have clients coming in, you need to find out why. It's something within your four walls. It's not what's going on out there in the world. If your retail's down, you need to find out why. It's not what's going on in the world. It's going on within your four walls. And stay focused on what you can control here, okay? These are the things that we look at every day, that I look at with my clients on every coaching session. These are the things that I look at within our own salon business. The number of clients per day, the number of new clients per day, the dollar services year to date, month to month, week to week. Okay, we're just looking at it, being able to make sure, are we on track? Are we meeting our goals? We're looking at retail sales and that same thing, year to date, month to month, week to week. Okay, what has helped? What hasn't helped? Are we putting enough focus on it? Am I doing the right amount of marketing to be able to let clients know that there's opportunities for them to be buying retail products from us? Rebooking percentages and numbers overall and within each of our team members, okay? And retention and productivity. What can we do to be able to improve retention and improve productivity? Because all of that at the end of the day says we're all making more money. Everybody's making more money. So don't get caught up in the red herring syndrome. Look for the truth. look for things that are intentions versus actions, because this is the saying. We judge ourselves on our intentions, we judge others by the actions. But look at what's going on out there in the world as far as intentions versus actions. Look at how it's impacting you, maybe not necessarily your business, but you. Stay focused on what your actions are to improve your brand, your culture, your team, your clients, and of course, your bottom line. You got to stay true to that, okay? So don't get caught up in the red herring thing. All right, the opportunity, you guys. We got 6 months, okay? We're a little shy of the 6 months, but we got 6 months, and we know that the back end of this year, of a year in our industry, is usually where we can, pull things out. We have our busiest time coming up through the end of the year. And I want you to be able to still know that if you don't have a plan together and you're getting distracted by what's going on, you got some red herrings out there, you're getting distracted by what's going on, and you're not focusing in on some of the more of the detailed items of growing your business, I want you to get this SOS strategy workbook. Okay, it's 21 pages, it's full on, it's only $7. And plus, you're going to get a one-on-one strategy session with me. It's a $330 value. Download this. Once you do, I'll set up a call with you to be able to, we can discuss a few items on there that are going to make sense for you to put your focus on for the rest of the year and not get caught up in what's going on in the world. It's important, yes, but you still got to run your business, and your team is expecting you to run your business and be able to support that. So, all right, thanks for sharing this time with me, listening to me. Share this podcast with your friends. I appreciate that, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon.